I'm meteorologist, Herbert City. It is Friday, folks, and we've got a hurricane coming. Got the Big Daddy hat on today because, we get storms like this in the summertime. We got to bring out the Big Daddy hat for that one. Alrighty, we're going to talk a lot about the hurricane here today because it has impacts from Florida all the way to New England, and I think my New England folks, as well as over toward New York City, all the way back into Virginia and this area, really needs to kind of watch what's going to happen here over the weekend because you're going to be dealing with a hurricane most likely coming up Monday night into Tuesday. Okay, certainly Monday on the Outer Banks. I already told one of my friends their whole family is going to Outer Banks on Saturday. I said, don't even bother. You're not even going to get on the island. Let's see here. They upgraded it to a hurricane overnight last night. I'm not sure why they did that for, but they went in and investigated and they found strong winds. It still has a little bit of influence off of Dominican Republic and Haiti this morning, and it has to weave itself underneath the islands, and then it's going to turn, and then it's going to start to head up the coast. I don't think it's going to lose any of intensity. I think it's going to be a hurricane through its whole lifetime. Meaning through the lifetime of it coming up the eastern seaboard. Eventually it'll die down to a tropical storm and an extratropical storm eventually, but it's just going to stay at the hurricane category now. Now it's upgraded to a hurricane, so I don't see that happening. But I do see it coming up, kind of sideswiping eastern Florida. Outer Banks certainly are going to get nailed, and then the question is going to become, how much is this trough going to dig in, okay? And if it bends a little bit more, is it going to come up through Carolinas, eastern Virginia, over top of D.C., Baltimore, and then right up like that? Or is it going to stay out along the coast and come up like that, okay? So there is trouble brewing on its path, and we got to watch how it comes along, because sometimes, a storm like this is a pretty big storm. Look at the size of it. It could influence the ridge building, and it could easily start slipping more to the west with time and come up like that. Okay, so I'm not trying to be alarmist. I'm just looking at the weather pattern. Okay, here's another look at it. You can see the convection around it. More storms are out here brewing, so we're not done with that. Okay, there's no. There's no severe weather to deal with. This is the rainfall. Certainly the rainfall is going to be an issue coming up the Carolinas all the way up to New England. I think New England's going to get nailed by the storm. I think that's the one area. Even New Jersey and the Delmarva certainly going to get nailed. Let's start looking at things. So first of all, the NHC folks, they got it coming up like over top of the Outer Banks, which is going to get hit. There's no doubt about it. The Outer Banks are going to get hit. And then they have it skirting along the coast up through eastern New England. On that track, you got to worry about the Outer Banks, Nantucket, Cape Cod, Providence, Boston, eastern Long Island. All those areas will be hit by the storm. And I think heavy rain could get all the way back into New York City as well. And then the shore points of New Jersey will get hit. The tracks, this is the 60 tracks, and remember they've been having problems here. You know what I mean? They've been going all over the place. But the tracks right now pretty much are consistent with the hurricane model. I mean, the hurricane kind of bring it up like that and wing it out. Again, I'm going to caution because if this trough, really starts to dig in more, okay, this thing could easily start to go like this, and it bends around. It can go back to the west, okay? So that door is open. The 0Z last night, this is the other hurricane models here from the Jeff's models. You can see it actually brings it further back to the west. Okay, there's some that are even going back to the track I'm worried about. And so this actually kind of pulled the track a little bit further to the west. Okay, so 50 to 100 miles difference in the track is going to make all the world of difference between Baltimore, Washington, New York City, Philadelphia, Boston, all getting nailed by this storm. Now that could probably just going to be the heavy rains that we'll have to deal with for them. but certainly that is going to be an issue. The intensity models are all keeping it at Category 1. The our one we're watching here, the ship model. Okay, I know you guys out there making fun of me on social media land, thinking I'm saying the other word, but no, I'm saying ship, S-H-I-P. Okay, it keeps it as a Category 1, what I can see here in this mess. There's a few that go to Category 2 and one goes to Category 3, but right now the consensus is Category 1. And the GFS, this is the GFS parallel model, has it off of Ocean City, Maryland by Monday night at a pretty darn good looking hurricane. The GFS model itself has it back over the Assateague Island at the same time. So now you got the heavy rains back into almost the Baltimore, Washington. Certainly the eastern shores, the Outer Banks. If this track is right, you're going to get, Assateague Island up through Ocean City, New Jersey, Ocean City, Maryland, up to Atlantic City, up to all the way up into New England, are all going to get nailed with wind and heavy rain. Okay, on that kind of track. So that would be more of a bad track. And again, I can see this coming even further to the west. So the track is up through the eastern shores, through Lancaster County, up into southern Hudson Valley. Then it kind of wings itself out like that. That's the track I can see happening. That would be the extreme of the events. Again, right now the tracks are going like this, keeping the bulk of the hurricane out there, but still bringing heavy rains into the northeast and New England. Definitely getting hit by heavy rain. But as I always say, our New Englanders they're hardy folks up there. They've been through these things many times, so they'll be doing it again. All right, so stay tuned. I'll be doing videos all weekend on the storm. May actually do extra videos this weekend too, as more data comes in because of the nature of the situation here. So stay tuned. I'm meteorologist here in Market City.